Hi, everybody. For those of you that are active and have me on Facebook, you might have seen by now what was supposed to be moving to Japan permanently is ending already after only 3 months. Um, I'm pretty disappointed in it. Um, it feels like, I don't know. I don't have a good comparison, but I feel pretty down about this whole scenario. Yes, I just took a shower. Um, I'm at a loss for words. And a lot of this is is my own reckoning. Um, so the school that I went to is the biggest chain of language schools in Japan, and I thought, well, it's too big to fail. Um, However, they move at a very, very fast pace, and they expected you to come here, even if you indicate you are an absolute beginner and you only know 3 words. Um, they expected you to already know two of the written languages. Um, there's no way in hell you can learn kanji as a beginner. Um, just because there's like I think there's over 2,000 characters of that. Anywho, um, I did not know hiragana or katakana, um, and it really set me behind in class. So while everybody was learning words and grammar structures and how to say a full-on sentence, I was struggling to catch up. Because I have struggled to catch up, I my job opportunities here were more limited than what I perceived. Now, granted, I did a lot of research, and there was quite a few places that advertised you don't need to know any Japanese when you apply here. And then I applied for those places, and they say no, you need to know conversational Japanese. I was like, well, that's fun. Um, Yeah. So the main reason um uh I'm moving back so soon is financial reasons. Um we did have some money put away uh for emergencies, stuff like this, but having my only family member be my financial support, um I don't say my only family, having only one family member be financial support, um it just doesn't feel morally right to me. I can't do that to my mom. Um, she deserves to retire. She's not quite at that age yet, and by the time she gets there, I'm pretty. I thought I've seen talks about the U.S. government raising the retirement age by a couple of years, but anywho, um, I just feel wrong doing that to her. Um, I've got no way to make money over here that's surefire or legit or anything like that. So I am coming back to the U.S. In less than 2 weeks. Today is June 30th for me. Um, it is a little after 6:30 in the morning. Um, yeah, I will be back home soon. Um, Now I will say this wasn't entirely unexpected, but um, it's more of a feeling of disappointment. Now, the entire point of me moving to Japan, not really the entire point, but like one of the biggest points is I need to get a degree, um, or learn a trade. And I thought a pathway for me to also escape the craziness that is America, especially with the healthcare system, my history with cancer, was to come to Japan. Um, learn the language. They got very affordable healthcare here. I think it cost me like $10 um, for for both an office visit and a lot of my prescriptions. I've already had to get a few prescriptions since moving here. I've had actually, excuse me one second. I just had a coughing fit, which I've had two cases of severe cough issues since I moved here. I get lung issues easily, but uh, here it's been pretty common for me and pretty strong too. It's to the point where I cough so hard that I get dizzy and kind of fade in and out of consciousness for like a quick second. Um, but yeah, uh, having to leave Japan is not going to stop me from getting my degree or finding a way to earn money because I just found out through a friend from my time at Galaxy's Edge at Disney World that there is a trade system that I can apply for where I get paid to learn the skills I need for said job, and I get to pick like what company I work for, and obviously I want to go back to Disney. If I have to live in America, I want to be at Disney. That is the happiest place I can be um, in America, at least. I think I haven't really had opportunity to travel elsewhere in America. Um, I don't know about New York City. That'd be interesting a bit, I think. But the high crime rate. Um, Hawaii would be nice, but way too expensive, as well as there's I think there's still the vocalization of native Hawaiians not wanting mainlanders to move there, and I respect that. Um, but yeah, so right now the plan is to go back to Disney, get a trade um, while working there. Even if I can't do the trade thing, they still have that Disney Aspire program. I don't mind working on the front lines for the most part, as long as it's yeah, I wouldn't mind working the front lines at all. Um, because at least at Disney I didn't have to deal with a lot of the crackheads that I did back in a few of my jobs back in Southern Illinois, gas station attendant. Oh, we had a lot of crackheads. But yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm not giving up hope. I just need to do better. I'm disappointed in myself more than anything. Um, but I'm trying to look on the bright side. There are some American foods I missed. For some reason, pizza bagels. I really miss pizza bagels. I think it's a nostalgia thing because it came out when I was like maybe 8 or 9 or something like that. I got addicted to them as a kid. If you can't tell by the big old gut, um, I'm just ready to, you know, become my main thing is I want to be financially stable. That's my main purpose altogether of life because uh, bills stress me out. They stress everyone out, but yeah, when you're earning minimum wage and getting your hours screwed over, stuff like that, just I'm tired of being on the bottom rung pretty much. Um, Yeah. Uh, what else? I will say I feel like I feel like I belong in Japan a little more than I do back in America. Um, I have to deal with here. The only thing I really have to deal with is stares by the locals. Um, I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner or if it's because I don't see too many heavy set people here. Um, doesn't bother me. Um, uh, Traffic congestion, like sidewalks and stuff like that. That's my biggest annoyance here. Other than that, life here has been perfect. Um, I am really going to miss this place. Maybe I can come back here in the future. I don't know. Um, but if I do come back here, I think I want to study Japanese back in America. I don't know if I can do it like just on my free time or if I get hired on as a frontline cast member, go through the Disney Aspire program and take God, what is it? Take Japanese as a bonus course, whatever they call those things, extracurricular, I think. Um, yeah, because this country's been great to me. My stomach has never felt so much better since moving here. Um, I've lost weight. I feel more energized. Well, I do feel more energized, but for some reason, you know, walking between school and my apartment and wherever else with a big heavy backpack full of school books, it tires me out pretty quickly. So whenever I get home, I immediately crash on the bed and fall asleep. Um, so that's a thing. What else is there? What else is there? I don't know. Just it also feels nice just being in a country where the government actually supports its own infrastructure, its own people, um, walkability, public transportation, stuff like that. I love it here. I feel like I could be a bit more myself here. I'm more quiet, um, unless I'm you know drinking with people or something like that. I'm a little bit more reserved in that sense. I still like the whole goth aesthetic. I haven't worn stuff like that in quite a long time, just because like after my cancer, it kind of just became a thing I wasn't even worried about. And then I puffed back up weight wise, and I don't want to fit a stereotype of, oh, he's a fat guy and dresses like that, he's a fucking loser, shit like that. Granted, the people usually doing the judging are pretty much losers as themselves, but it's just something I don't have to deal with back in America. But yeah, here I could wear it and get away with it for the most part, I would say. Uh, yeah. Um, one uh, one thing I'm pretty much looking forward to being back in America. My mom got a new puppy. I won't be living it. I hopefully won't be living in Illinois for very long, but I'm excited to meet the puppy. Um, have someone to play with every day. That'd be nice again. Now, granted, here I can go to a dog cafe. I found a cheaper and actually a lot better option at Shinjuku Station on random weekdays and on the weekends. There's a group of therapy dogs that their handlers, come out and ask for donations, and and the dogs are obviously there for therapy reasons. They're so cute, they're so sweet. Even that one little Pomeranian, even though it was trying to bite my thumb that one day, little shithead. Um, but yeah, I guess we'll see what the future holds. Because dealing with stuff like this has always been a problem for me. I don't like not knowing things. That's why my anxiety was high, obviously, when I was going through treatment and all that, because I'm like, shit, I can go to sleep and not wake up again, and I'm only in my 20s. Um, Stuff like that just bums me out. Um, I just hope my future is good. That's the most I can do. It's just hope for a good future. I'm obviously working towards it by getting the fuck out of Illinois where there's no decent jobs for me. Um, uh, go back to Florida, work for Disney. Um, even just one of the three major theme park companies. I'd be okay with it until I can get a higher paying job among those companies. I'd still prefer Disney just because it's what I grew up with more than anything. But yeah, here's to me moving back to America. Um, I'm at a loss of what to say right now. So, and obviously, I'm still kind of irritated in the throat. Um, so yeah, I will talk at you all later, or actually maybe not. This might be my last YouTube video for a while, unless I decide to come up with something else. Um, yeah. See you.